Guangzhou Evergrande, valued at 282 million US dollars, they are China's most valuable team. They are also 7-time Chinese Super League winners, having won it every single year between 2011 and 2017, along with being 2-time AFC Champions League winners. However, things have not always been this glorious for the South China Tigers after years of second division toiling and match-fixing scandals. Today, we will be moving the Fabio Cannavaro managed team to Europe and putting them under the control of Mr. Rebuild. Today, it's our first Chinese team rebuild as we rebuild Guangzhou Evergrande. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Of course, a big change to FIFA 19. The Chinese League is in FIFA 19 and we're going to be making the most of it as we rebuild Guangzhou Evergrande. So I'm going to be putting them into the Italian division. No reason why. I'm going to replace them with Empoli. I'm sorry, Empoli fans, but I don't know, it's just luck of the draw, not too much logic behind it. But I'm interested to see how Guangzhou Evergrande fare and how this rebuild unfolds. If you guys are excited for our first ever Chinese League rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video and also make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So, of course, a very interesting side here at Guangzhou Evergrande. You've got some talents like Paulinho, like Talisha, like Gulat, but definitely a lot of areas that need to be improved upon. My first piece of business, actually I'll probably do it at the end of the window just to make sure we have the financial capabilities, but I'm going to be bringing back Jackson Martinez, the 31-year-old striker. He'll be valuable to have in the side for the first season, and I mean it's only going to cost us probably £500,000 to £1 million to bring him back. For the first season, the other positions I plan on improving, definitely the right midfield, and then probably a new centre back somewhere. I mean, 29 years old and 32, so we need to get a young, top quality centre back in there. Season 2, when Talisha goes back to Besiktas, I believe he is at, or Benfica, we will go ahead and bring in a new attacking midfielder. But right now, right midfielder, centre back, and bring back Jackson Martinez. That's the plan at least. Things don't always go to plan on the rebuild series. And I mean, given the fact that we're expected, or we just want, our board wants us to avoid relegation in the Serie A, makes me think maybe I should have put us in Serie B to start off with, but oh well, it's going to make things more interesting, I guess. A big signing to start things off here. One of the most hyped up players from the World Cup, and for good reason, Hirving Lozano, the Mexican winger, joining us at Guangzhou Evergrande for £27.5 million. And we do make a new centre-back signing, getting business done rapidly here as we sign Jesus Vallejo from Real Madrid. Only £14.5 million for the centre-back, so I'm going to now look to spend a decent amount of money on a goalkeeper. So there was no way we were going to survive in the Serie A, or it's going to make our life in Serie A a lot more difficult with a 72 rated goalkeeper. So we've made potentially our last signing of the window on Geronimo Rulli, 26 rated, or 26, I'm happy he's not 26 rated, but 81 rated 26-year-old goalkeeper, £22.7 million. Thank you very much. So whilst Jackson Martinez still isn't as good as he used to be, gone down a little bit in overall, obviously getting on in age a little bit, he's still going to be a valuable member of our team this season. So he's going to be helpful to have 77 rated striker instead of a 71 rated striker. Welcome back, Jackson. So I'm pretty damn happy with the business we have done in this opening window. Hirving Lozano, Vallejo, and Rulli back in or into the side. Jackson Martinez back into the side. The big question now though, will this side save us from relegation? We'll find that answer, or a little bit of that answer out halfway through the season. So here we are on the 1st of January. We sit in 11th position on 24 points, which I'm happy about. I mean, the relegation zone begins with Bologna on 15 points, and then the top 6 is Torino just ahead of us. So I'm happy if we get mid-table this season. The goal was to survive relegation, and right now we are achieving that. But we've got a little bit of money here, so let's see what we can do in the January window. And we begin our January transfer window with a left back signing. It is going to be Antonio Leito joining us here for £11.7 million. And so Anderson Talisha's loan expired. I didn't realize it expired halfway through the season. So I've put Paulinho up at attacking midfield, and we're going to recall Nemanja Gudelj from loan at Sporting. We're going to recall him from loan to rejoin our starting lineup. So a decent window. I mean, we only had to make some small changes with a little bit of money that we had, but Leito is into the club. Gudelj is back. Let's see if we survive relegation in Season 1. 12th position in Serie A. Very happy with that. The goal was survival, and we certainly survived quite comfortably. 18 points ahead of Frosinone. And then they're joined by Udinese and SPAL being relegated. Juve, no surprise to see them champions of Italy. Inter Milan, Napoli, AC Milan in the top 4. Juventus did win the Coppa Nacional, Atletico Madrid won the Champions League, and Chelsea won the Europa League. So, I'm happy with Season 1. We survived relegation, we built some nice foundations. That rhymed, sort of, I think, but let's get into Season 2 now with Guangzhou Evergrande. So we've blown virtually our entire budget for the season with a massive signing. It's Nabil Fekir. Massive pickup. We got him on an absolute bargain of £48.3 million. 86 rated attacking midfielder. Welcome to Guangzhou Evergrande. So obviously we could only make the one signing of Nabil Fekir. We've got a little bit of money left over. Might look to use it in January, but right now we're going to rock with the side we have and see how Season 2 begins. So I don't know whether I'm surprised or not, but we find ourselves sitting in 4th position. This Serie A table is very weird. I mean, Sassuolo, Fiorentina, and Torino are all ahead of us, and we're ahead of Lazio, Napoli, Milan, Juve, Inter. What in the world? And Roma, what in the world is going on here? I mean, I don't expect us to make top 4, nor do I think our current squad could win Champions League, but I wouldn't say no if we qualified. And we have strengthened our chances of making the top 4 as we have signed Alan Franco from Independiente in the Argentinian League. A decent pickup here, £12.8 million. Welcome to Guangzhou Evergrande. So Franco comes in and joins us here at Guangzhou Evergrande. This is the squad we have for the second half of the season. Definitely some upgrades coming next season, but let's see if it will be a season full of Champions League goodness. So we finished this season in 5th position. We got so close, not only to top 4 obviously, but to actually winning the whole damn Serie A. This was a very poor season all around. Inter Milan winning the league on 74 points. We're only 6 points behind them, and we only miss out on Champions League football on goal difference. Juve, a terrible season for them, the same for Napoli, and then it's going to be Palermo, Benevento, and Brescia all relegated. So Juventus did salvage something, however, and that is going to be the Coppa Nacional. Atletico Madrid beat Manchester United again. Was that the exact same from Season 1? I think so. And Tottenham win the Europa League on penalties over Lyon. So we've actually made very good progress in this rebuild, a lot quicker than I expected. Europa League football in Season 3. Let's continue upgrading this Guangzhou Evergrande squad. A new player coming into the club to kick off the season, and it is going to be at the striker position. One of my favorite players to pick up in FIFA 18. He is so much better this year. It is Patrick Cutrone joining us for £40 million from AC Milan. No, sorry, AS Monaco now. AC Milan in real life, but he must have transferred at the start of the save. Funnily enough, this is, I believe, our first player departure for the entire rebuild. It is Zhang Chang, the goalkeeper, is off to Nottingham Forest for £1.65 million. And we have signed a new rat back here. We bring in Leo Dubois from Olympique Lyon for £21.1 million. So, 2 players into the club for this window, Cotroni and Dubois. Zhang Cheng out of the club. The side, it's a sort of a slow burner rebuild where it's slowly but surely coming together, but let's have a look at how our hunt for Champions League football is progressing at the halfway point. Well, this really isn't going as well as we thought it would. We made it to 5th last season, and then on the 1st of January we're sitting in 12th position. Yeah, not great. A few injuries maybe, or just everybody picking up their act. Still definitely in the hunt for top 4 football, but it hasn't gotten off to a good start, that's for sure. So we're going to make our first pre-contract signing for this Guangzhou Evergrande rebuild. We're going to bring in someone that has a bit of experience in Chinese football, but obviously coming to the Serie A. Yannick Carrasco will be joining us on a free transfer next season. Very excited about that signing. So Yannick Carrasco coming in next season is going to make such a difference to our side. From there, I'll probably look to upgrade either the striker or defensive mid spots next, and then from there on, it's just going to be really, who do we need to add to the squad to make it Champions League contenders worthy? But let's see if we get Champions League football at the end of this 3rd season. We're close. Again, we find ourselves in the Champions League picture, but it's not to be for next season. 6th position, slowly getting there, just hovering at the moment. And I mean, unless we were somehow able to pull off the miracle of winning the Europa League, then it's going to be another season in the Europa League. Juve, no surprise to see them winning the league, getting back to winning ways with Parma, Chievo Verona and Hellas Verona getting relegated. We made it to the final of the Copa Nacional, where unfortunately we lost to Atalanta. Atletico Madrid win a 3rd successive Champions League final. How crazy is that? And Arsenal won the Europa League. I want to see how far we got. So we made it out of the groups. How do we go in the round of 16? We made it to the round of 16. Okay, we lost in the round of 16 to Hoffenheim. Alright, so that is the end of the 3rd season. Like I said, slowly but surely getting there. It's going to be satisfying once we do. Let's hope we hit no roadblocks. Yannick Carrasco in next season. It's all coming up Guangzhou. I'm sorry, I just love throwing Simpsons references in there. So, we have signed a new striker here. I said I wanted to sign one. We have brought in Arkadiusz Milik from Napoli. No, sorry, Real Madrid, originally from Napoli, but in this season, or in this series, in this rebuild, he has gone to Real Madrid, but now he is at Guangzhou Evergrande. The Polish striker signs for £58.4 million. And also, I just thought I'd show you the little cutscene. Of course, we brought in Yannick Carrasco, and he managed to get the cutscene. So compared to the rest of our transfer windows so far in the rebuild, this one definitely not too heavy of a window. Only Milik coming into the club, but he is a valuable addition to the side. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Quality over quantity. Let's see how the quality is proving halfway through the season. So, on the 1st of January, our Champions League ambitions are definitely still alive. We sit 2 points behind Lazio and Fiorentina, 3 points behind Juve, 6 behind Inter Milan. We're hoping to qualify for the top 4 the first time, or for the first time in the rebuild. Not sure how we're going to go, but we've got to hope for the best. Some pretty poor results down the bottom. Napoli doing poor, Roma doing pretty average, but we've got to focus on ourselves really. So we're going to make our second and probably final pre-contract signing for this rebuild. I think you guys probably noticed at the start of FIFA 19, I've definitely toned down a little bit on the pre-contract signings. I felt like I abused them at times last year, but we're going to be bringing in Andreas Christensen on a free transfer next season. So, just looking forward to the signing of Christensen next season, but are we going to make the Champions League and give Christensen Champions League football? That is the big question. Let's go and find out. Oh, come on. We finished the season in 5th position. I just realized, look at the draws column. We had 18 goddamn draws. We turned one of those draws into a win, and we play Champions League football next season, but it looks like it's going to be another season of Europa League. We're really having a tough time breaking into the top 4 mold, aren't we? Inter Milan winning the league ahead of Juve, which is a nice change. Benevento, Palermo and Brescia are all relegated. AC Milan did win the Coppa Nacional. Liverpool win the Champions League. And we lose the Europa League final to Napoli. Technically an all-Italian affair. We lose 3-2. If we won the Europa League, that would have been Champions League football guaranteed. Well, that's frustrating. Surely next year is going to be the season that we break through to the Champions League mold. I mean, we almost won the Europa League. We're getting there, lads. It's just a lot of adversity up against us. Let's get Guangzhou Evergrande into that goddamn top 4. Season 5 begins with a massive midfielder signing. It is going to be Mateo Kovacic signing for us from Arsenal. £67.6 million, a massive pickup for our midfield. And we have sold Ricardo Goulart to Crystal Palace for £13.1 million. And we have decided to sell Geronimo Rulli, our goalkeeper, to Spurs for £48.4 million. Originally, I thought this guy would be here for the entirety of the rebuild, but we've taken a little bit longer than I expected, so we're going to go and get somebody a few years younger that can continue to grow past this point. And with the signing of Alban Lafont, I would describe it as half a step back to take 2 steps forward. He's 1 overall less than Rulli, but obviously 7 years younger. We're not going to win the Champions League this season because we haven't even qualified. And you would hope that by next season, if we're in the Champions League and we are contenders, that he would be past the point that Rulli is now. So welcome to Guangzhou Evergrande, Alban Lafont. And we have signed ourselves a backup striker, Jean-Philippe Mateta. We got him on an absolute bargain price. He had a release clause at Mainz of £7.4 million, which we have paid with absolute delight to bring in the backup striker, really trying to build out the bench and the reserves and really future-proofing the squad. So a very busy window here. A lot of players in, a lot of players out. Kovacic, Lafont and Mateta into the club. Goulart and Rulli out. I mean, if we were in the Champions League this season, I would say that we could definitely compete, but hopefully we qualify next season because we would be so deadly. Let's see how we're going at the halfway point. So this is definitely what we want to be seeing at the halfway point, or on the 1st of January at least. We sit top of the Serie A table. If we win the Serie A, I will be over the moon. But of course, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, our number 1 goal is Champions League qualification. And we have decided to bring in another goalkeeper. It's going to be Alex Merritt. He will not be replacing our current goalkeeper. He is simply here as a backup if we have any injuries or anything like that, because we will be quite screwed if we have any injuries to our current goalkeeper. Took me a while to think of our goalkeeper's name, but Lafont. If Lafont gets injured, then we have Merritt there to help us out. So just the one signing of Merritt for this window. Let's see if our squad can, number 1, qualify for Champions League, but winning the Serie A would be a nice little touch on top of it. Get in there, fellas. Our squad is incredible, and it has received the awards I guess it really deserved, because we have finished top of the Serie A, and we have won the title, and most importantly, we have qualified for Season 6's Champions League, and I think we would have to be one of the favourites to win it in our first attempt. Juve in second, a few teams hovering there. Fiorentina, wow, Fiorentina get relegated with Pescara and Parma, wow. Juventus did take down Inter Milan to win the Coppa Nacional. Atletico Madrid continue their domination in the Champions League, winning another Champions League this rebuild. And for the second straight year, we lose in the Europa League final 2-1 to Udinese. I don't know how we lost that final. That is frustrating. Thankfully, we qualified for the Champions League regardless, but it would have been nice to win the Europa League. So, that is another season done and dusted. We are really building towards something special here with Guangzhou Evergrande. Will Season 6 be that season? We'll go and find out. A massive signing here to kick off season number 6 as we bring in the Dutch defender Matthijs de Ligt from Atletico Madrid. £47 million right on his valuation. A massive pickup. Welcome to Guangzhou Evergrande. So we have signed Wilfried Zaha to the club. £38.4 million, and his role is basically to be a utility player. He can fill in for us at left mid, fill in for us at right mid, fill in for us at attacking mid, striker, centre forward. He can really play in a lot of positions for us. So welcome to Guangzhou, Wilfried Zaha. And we have decided to sell Antonio Leito to Chelsea. It doesn't say on the screen how much Chelsea paid, but it was 36.1 million, I believe. A monster left back signing here, like a game-changing left back signing. It is Lucas Hernandez. I mean, I swear we're signing the entirety of Atletico Madrid's backline, but the Frenchman, 89 rated now. He had a release clause of £51.7 million, which we did decide to pay, and I mean, that's just taken us to the next level. Welcome to Guangzhou. So again, another very busy window here to kick off season number 6. De Ligt, Zaha, and Hernandez in, Leito out, and I mean, if that's not at least a Champions League contending starting 11 with a pretty strong bench. Still a little bit of work to do on the bench, but very, very optimistic about our chances for this season. But let's go and check out the Champions League group stages for the first time in this rebuild. So we have been placed into Group A of the Champions League this season, and yeah, as you can see, a pretty interesting group. I mean, Bayern Munich by far and away our biggest opponents, our biggest competition. Ajax could surprise us. They've got a lot of young talent in there who have probably grown a lot if they hadn't been sold on. And I noticed that Salzburg signed Kyle Walker earlier in the rebuild, so interested to see how this group pans out. Well, that is not how I expected the group stages to go. We've qualified. I expected that half of it, but Ajax, top of the group, Bayern Munich nowhere near. We should maybe, I don't know how the goal, like how the for and against works for Champions League group stages, because I think we have a better goal differential compared to Ajax, but we finish in second. Maybe it's due to head-to-head. Not too worried though, because all I worry about is getting out of the group stages. And we're versing Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16. Ajax are versing PSG, so arguably we might have gotten an easier draw there, but Dortmund is still going to be a really tough opponent. And the number one goal is to just continuously qualify for Champions League. Now that we've made it, we don't want to leave it. We don't want to not qualify. And we're currently halfway through the season, and we are top of the Serie A table. And we have sold Lao Lisheng to Mainz for £8.3 million. We have used that money and the remaining budget we have to really stretch out our squad, get ourselves a backup attacking midfielder by signing Jack Grealish from Aston Villa for £29.7 million. So a 1-for-1 transfer window. Grealish in, Liao Lisheng out of the club. Let's get into the Champions League knockout rounds for the first time and really see what we're made of. Bring it on to Borussia Dortmund. Alright, here we go. It is the home leg up first. Dortmund getting on a flight to China, taking us on here at Guangzhou. Let's see how we go. Can we get off to a good start? Definitely not a good start when you see a yellow card, but at least it's not a goal. They've got two Gomez's, they've got Pulisic, who's a beast in career mode, but we take the lead through Nabil Fekir. Milik makes it 2-0. This is a beautiful start. Mustafi coming off for Borussia Dortmund. We've made a few changes. Lozano, Irving Lozano making it 3-0. We're on fire. We really could have done without conceding an away goal though. But it's 3-1, headed into the second leg. That is good. That's good. So now we have to do the long traveling session. We have to travel to the Signal Iduna Park. and we need to hope that we can get some results here. An early goal to cancel out their away goal would be fantastic, because if they technically win 2-0, they'll go through. Milik does just that. An away goal, 1-0 up, they get a goal back. So that makes it 4-2. 4-2 our way. We move into the second half, they get a goal back, and they've made things very interesting. Oh dear. If they get another goal here, we're going to extra time. If we hold on for the last 5 minutes, we go through to the quarters, and we do just that. We lose 2-1 in the away leg, but we go through 4-3. So we have a very, very big challenge ahead of us. This is really going to see what we are made of, because we are facing Real Madrid in the Champions League quarterfinals. Also, I want to know, who the hell have Udinese signed? Because they beat us in the Europa League final last season, and now they find themselves in the Champions League quarterfinals. So, low-key, I hope we get to verse them at some stage. But anyways, let's focus on Real Madrid. Let's get into the quarterfinals. Alright, so it is the away leg first, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. Vallejo, who's normally on our bench, is out through injury for this leg. They've got a very old, that is a good side. Dele Alli's come in. Thibaut Courtois, Sensio, Dolberg, Junior. They get a red card to Varane and a goal to Milik. They get a goal back though, but Milik gets us an away goal, which is huge. That's a big step for us. And Varane's going to be out for the second leg, definitely. They take the lead through Upamecano. Lozano gets us the second away goal, which is massive. Okay, we're in the driver's seat, but we have a big second leg ahead of us. Alright, it is time for the home leg now. This is a big, big test. We have the lead technically on away goals rule. Can we get through? No Varane. We get an early goal, which is perfect. Cazorla making it 3-2 on aggregate with a 2 away goal advantage for us. So now Real Madrid definitely need 2 away goals. We move into the second half. Half an hour to go. If it stays like this, we go through, please. Dele Alli getting injured. Stay like this. Surely they're not going to get 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. Hold on. Nabil Fekir making it 2-0. We're on fire. Real Madrid stood no chance, and we're through to the semi-finals, and my god, has that just filled me with a boatload of confidence. At the start of the video, in my intro, I made note about how Guangzhou Evergrande really just kind of floated around the second division and weren't really anything special until they got a lot of money. Well, we're facing a side that had a very similar history. Manchester City, nowhere near as good as they have been in the most recent years. So it's the takeover derby, I guess you could say. Manchester City versus Guangzhou Evergrande in the Champions League semi-finals. Alright, we have the away leg first here. Travelling to England and taking on Man City at the Etihad, and we're hoping, well, that is a good side. Okay, yeah, that is a real good side. That's probably up there with the same side Real Madrid had. And they've gone and taken the lead early through Leroy Sané. Come on, can we get an away goal? We do. Milik steps up. 1-1, but we have the away goal advantage. A second goal for us would be great. Milik, you are speaking what I say and bringing it into existence. We have a 2-1 lead, which is an absolute dream here. Milik on fire. That is exactly what we were after. Thank you very much. Alright, the second leg. We are one big performance away from a Champions League final with Guangzhou Evergrande. A 2-1 lead, 2 away goals. Let's just not concede. Bloody hell. Why am I talking things into existence in this rebuild? Sané making it 2-2, but we're still ahead on away goals rule, which is good. So if we keep it like this, we're through to the final. The goal for us would be absolutely massive. 20 minutes to go, and the silence is kind of frightening for me. The final few minutes, Milik makes it 1-1, but it doesn't matter. We're through to the Champions League final. I had, if you went back and watched that, you might have heard me have a slight little gasp there when Milik scored, because for a second I thought it was a Man City player that scored, and I thought we had completely choked to death, but it's all good. 3-2. We go through to the final to face either Atletico Madrid or PSG. So Atletico Madrid have been really the kings of today's rebuild. They're through to yet another Champions League final, but we're looking to rain on their parade and show them that their run of dominance is over and that Guangzhou Evergrande are in town, baby. It's going to be Atletico Madrid versus Guangzhou Evergrande Taobao FC in the Champions League final for 2024. Of course, we're going to have a look at the other competitions to see how it all went. Porto did win the Europa League. We managed to win yet another Serie A title. So the good news is if we lose tonight to Atletico Madrid, we get another shot in season number 7. AC Milan were our closest opponents, really. Udinese, I never got to see their side, but they came in 9th, as well as Brescia, Hellas Verona, and Palermo all getting relegated. And we managed to win the Supercoppa, taking down Juve 3-1. And Udinese, they won the Coppa Nacional. What a weird... Well, I don't know what's going on with Udinese, but we're through to the Champions League final. That's all we need to worry about. So I always say it, but I'm going to say it again. Here is our squad report, and hopefully it is the last time, the first and last time we have to have a look at the squad report. It was a bit hit and miss with this rebuild for a little while. I mean, started off very, very slow, then got really, really quick, then slowed down again. But in terms of results as well, it took a long while to get going. But we've built a very good starting 11, a very good base around it. It's probably just about hit its peak now, getting very close to a lot of players hitting the 30s, or have already hit 30. But let's see if this side is enough to win us a Champions League title with Guangzhou Evergrande. They have been unbelievably dominant in today's episode, but let's take the Champions League title off of Atletico Madrid. Nice pass there from Kovacic for Kia, running up the guts, feeding it. Oh, he gets in front, Milik, up against Vod, gets the shot. Oh, what a start to the game! Our first possession, and it's going to be Milik, by far player of the episode, getting us the lead in the Champions League final. I thought he was going to, like, we all know that pace is just going down the drain this year. I thought Vot was going to get up to us. It was a beautiful run, a beautiful ball. We got in front of him. Vot just got up to him. But what a finish into the top right-hand corner. This angle is going to be so satisfying. I mean, look at that. Nothing Oblak can do about that. And that is a dream start. 1-0. They're coming through here. They're trying to find an equalizer. It's a beautiful ball, and it's a big save off the chest of Lafont. But, yeah, he was offside at least. Here we go on the counter-attack. Kovacic, a lot of space to move. I'm running up the guts, trying to find an opening. I was going to go to Herving Lozano. Let's just go for the finesse. Forcing a big save there from Oblak. Atletico Madrid giving us way too much space. So we get the corner here. Should have gone out left on that last one, but it's going to be for Kia. Putting it in the area here. Somebody get your head to it. We do. The follow-up, Catrone. Oh, I wanted to have the shot on the angle. It's still on, though. Lucas Hernandez going to for Kia. Just holding it up. Going through. On the angle. Big save, Oblak. We're getting through their defense so easily here. Correa running down the line. Going back post. They get the header. And it's Antoine Griezmann getting Atletico Madrid the equalizer. That is one thing that pisses me off so much in FIFA 19, and it is your defenders not being able to win a headed contest in certain areas. So frustrating. Atletico Madrid tied this one up. We gave them too much space there. Hernandez needed to get back. Lovely cross, but we had 2 players on that, and Griezmann still wins it, which is pathetic. Here we go. Catrone through Milik. Oh, what? That's a penalty. You are kidding me. I think that's a little bit soft of a penalty. But we have the opportunity now Wow, Vot taking down Milik. Oh, I mean, that is harsh. I didn't think that was a penalty, but we're going to take it anyways. Catrone, going to go top left-hand corner here. And we're going to put it into the side netting. And we have the lead once again here. How good is that? That's a good celebration. And 5 minutes after losing the lead, we get it back. So that's great. Come on, we might have an opportunity before halftime here to get a third goal. That would be really hurtful there for Atletico Madrid. Catrone through. We get the shot off. We get the goal. Is that Nabil Fekir? Our through balls have been so overpowered today. We're getting really excited for all the celebrations. But what a goal that is from Nabil Fekir. Carrasco bullying him a little bit there. But that is a dagger in the hearts of Atletico Madrid. As we get into first half stoppage time. Beautifully held up there from Milik. Drew the defender. And again, Vot, he's been at fault for all three of our goals. Both this goal and the first goal, he couldn't get to the defender quickly enough. And for the second one, or to the attacker quickly enough. And then for the second one, he gave away the penalty. So Vot is having a nightmare. Milik running through. Long shot, skies it. It was worth a go at least. Here we go, Dubois. Beautiful ball through to Irving Lozano. We've got a good numerical advantage coming here. Irving Lozano running it in, squaring it. Catrone off the post. Carrasco with the follow-up against his former side. I'm not going to celebrate. I can't remember how you do it. There it is. I don't want to celebrate. It's against Carrasco's former side. But we have surely got one hand on the cup here. We have been incredible. I've got to say, this is probably the best team I've built in all of FIFA 19. I thought we had a goal there, but great reactions from Carrasco. Oh, here we go. No, don't tell me we're going to make it 5. Catrone hits it. That's 5-1 with half an hour to go. This is getting ugly for Atletico Madrid. We are on fire, honestly. The holes are gaping. The holes are proper gaping in this defense. We are killing it. They've showed them some signs in this game here, but they've been pretty poor. It goes through. They force a good save out of Lafont, but it's not enough. We're into stoppage time just about. Atletico Madrid having some good signs. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're definitely going to be winning the rebuild, but now it's a question, can we get a 6th? Catrone up against Dendoka, stays on his feet, goes to Carrasco, back, come on, Catrone, heavy touch, but the full-time whistle is about to be blown any second from now, and we are going to be Champions League winners, and there it is, Guangzhou Evergrande, champions of Europe, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a fun-ass journey, and what a dominant final it was. But if you lads enjoyed today's rebuild, one of the most enjoyable ones of FIFA 19 in my opinion, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. I'll let you guys enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.
If I slip into the ocean, swallow me up in one motion, though. Seize my queen, I show devotion. Where's my lifeline, Mr. Boatson? I ain't ready to let go now. I ain't ready to let go. I ain't ready to let go. I ain't ready to let go now. Ready to let go now. Ready to let go now. If I slip into the ocean, swallow me up in one motion, though. Seize my queen, I show devotion.